And there we are. Welcome everyone then to game number 1 in the series. We are back on Twitch. Hopefully we're not going to have an outage again. And especially since these series are going to be best of 7 as well, it's going to take a while for these to get done for me to even get access to the recorded games in order to cast these, you know, at a later time. Regardless, taking a look at the players, the civilizations. Oh, I should fix this, by the way. This is a best of 7, not 5. There we go. So yeah, anyway, we'll see for Mr. Hera and for Leary that we have the Franks and the Gujaras. And Hera, he's playing with the Franks. He's playing in the blue color on the right hand side. This is Mount Kilimanjaro for the map. And for this civilization, Hera's gonna get 20% extra HP on cover units starting on the fuel age. It's gonna get 15% faster working foragers, as well as 25% cheaper castles and free farm upgrades. The team bonus, on the other hand, is going to give the Franks 2 extra line of sight and night units. Hey, but at the Max Tex, the second, hi, welcome. Valeri, on the other hand, playing with the Gujaras, he'll have 20, 30, 40% higher bonus damage from mounted units in the field castle and Imperial Ages. It's going to begin with 2 additional berry bushes underneath the TC and the ability to garrison herdables inside the mills. The team bonus will also make it faster for Gujaras to train camel and elephant line units by 25%, and we are still trying to catch up. We should be fine. Yeah, we're probably going to be caught up sometime during the fuel age. Well, we didn't take a look at the map generation too much. The players are already going for walls. So whatever they could secure, they are going to secure. And we'll find out what that is as the players try to deny each other's resources. Now, Hera is a little bit closer to completely walling himself up, and he's already securing berries, 2 wood lines, potentially, if he connects the walls all the way to the right-hand side, right? And Leary is aware of that. There's aware of the walls coming up, and he's gonna keep the scout around. Leary, he is going to be walled off on the left-hand side, and taking a look at scouting information from Hera. Hera doesn't know about the walls yet. He sees the layout of the buildings over here, potentially suggesting a wall out, but he doesn't know about the palaces coming up yet. So there's a little bit of an engagement already at the top, going in favor of Hera, but looks at things. The archer, the spearman will go down. The scouts come out on top. Hey, Backlash. Hi, welcome back. It's open though! Leary! Couldn't get this on time, and here comes Hera, readying himself for the doink. And he gets it. One villager goes down already for Leary. Oh, and it's open, and now Hera is going to be taking more villagers, as Leary cannot even get the walls up here on time. That's gonna be the second villager going down. He's not even fighting back, and that's gonna be yet another villager going down as well. Hera's taking so many villagers over here. Now the scouts get trapped. They've already done enough damage to justify going down. You know what? Leary is collecting from this tree. If I could just click on it, I'll be able to take a look at it. Well, Leary, on the other hand, has been able to come in past the walls. Yeah, this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see if the villager was going to overchop, and it did overchop. So Hera ends up getting 4 villagers. Actually, more than that. You take a look at this, and the 2 remaining scouts have already gotten 4 villagers. 1 military unit, right? And it's gonna be fine for Leary to lose these units. He's already gotten so much damage done that it's definitely worth it already. Hera 29 to 23 workers against Leary. It's still very much open for Hera, but he's going to wall himself up. He's going to close himself up in a second, and he hasn't really been taking too much damage whatsoever. So we see the quick walls coming up on time. Fantastic. The one archer over here will make it a little bit difficult for him to finish the walls, but he only needs to go for a palisade or a house over here. Tried to go for a house, couldn't do it. There are 2 archers. Only 1 left.
Okay.
Oh, he didn't hammer this one down. Well, it might not make too much of a difference in the end. Yeah, the scouts should be able to take care of the spearman, and yeah, it's gonna result in a lot of losses though. Yeah, that is all 4 scouts going down to 2 units because of the choke point that played against Hera, but he does end up cleaning this up, and he will end up walling himself up as well. And it's quite clear both these players, after the game has stabilized, intend to make a play for the Castle Age. And now that the game has stabilized as well, let me take a look at the map generation, and starting with the blue player on the right hand side. Since he's very close to the corner, he's actually gone for the walls from side to side of the map, from the northeast to the southeast, right? And we'll see that the goal, the main goal is going to be, is that the main goal actually? He's got a goal over here on the back, right? I think this is the secondary goal actually. I think the main goal is the one that he's used to wall himself up. And then he's got the main stone towards the northwest. He's got the secondary stone towards the southwest over here. And the players are both trying to get the resources to go up to the Castle Age already. But yeah, what else? 1 wood line, 2 wood lines, 3 wood lines, if you can call that one a wood line as well. That's going to be 4 wood lines total that Hera's been able to secure himself. So none of the stones, but 1 of the golds for sure, and the other one's going to be part of the walls, but he could potentially take advantage of it still. And Leary, on the other hand, well, he isn't quite as close to the corner of the map, so he cannot go from side to side. And instead, he's going to have the main goal forward, given the fact that they already gone for the walls. We're going to see towards the left-hand side, he's got a secondary goal outside the walls, so not quite as nicely laid out as Hera, the walls over here. And then he's got the main stone on the right-hand side. And the secondary stone for Mr. Leary is going to be on the left-hand side as part of the walls as well. So I'm liking Hera's wall out significantly more. Leary only secures 2 wood lines and 1 gold. Meanwhile, Hera secures like 4 wood lines, secures 1 gold, and then gets access to yet another one, right? So it's not too bad. Will he see those? He has to. He absolutely has to. And the walls he's going for will indeed secure the main goal over here. Here's map generation's better, looking very much like it. And Leader's gonna have to clutch it up. We'll see. Castle Age is on the way for both these guys, and it's going to be here. A very short difference in uptime from both players. Here comes Leary. Chamber armor on the way for Mr. Hera. He's got 2 stables right now. You're expecting to see something like this from the Franks, right? Oh, he's got the second TC. Alright. Well, he does get the farm upgrades for free, so heavy plow is already going to make a little bit of a difference. Crossman upgrades on the way for Leary. He's got Backing Arrow as well, so Hera is kind of forced away from here. Left hand side. Second TC on the way for Leary as well. Hera is getting a market up. His economy is already pretty well balanced. Quite clearly, he won't be able to continue going for Knights quite as heavily if he's intended to keep production going from 2 TCs as well. We'll see. Eventually, Hero's going to run out of this gold, though, so he does need to secure this one, and he's not collecting any stone. We're not going to see a castle come up. Let's see. Comes the Yuri coming in once again. Straight into the economy from Hera. Hera is protected. Let's see one villager going down though. No ballistics over here. They won't be able to do quite as much damage as he certainly would like to. And Hera's trying to keep on massing the units. He's got still both these stables producing knights. It's going to be the highest priority thing right now. Once he gets enough, he's going to be able to take on the crossbows pretty easily, of course. But the camels will be the issue, right? How many camels do we have and how many knights do we have? 11 knights, 9 camels. That's not going to be sufficient for Hera. It's going to be awful for him, as a matter of fact. See a conversion on the way. There is no way that Hera is taking this engagement. And Leary knows it, but he cannot put in pressure, cannot continue putting pressure from the right hand side. So he's roaming around, try and push Hera away from this gold, and this is huge. This is huge. We see the crossbows coming up right now, and that's gonna be a big engagement taking place between both these guys. The crossbows go straight past the knights. Trying to chase the monks away, and the monks are going to try to get the conversions right now. And notice how Hera is paying attention at all times to the monks as well, making sure that he does not get sniped and the camels go down. The crossbows will end up going down, and Leary kind of wasted the chance of taking villagers. He couldn't really get the engagement he was hoping for over there, and Hera got away with murder. Taking all the camels down with knights. And pushing the crossbows away with remaining knights is absolutely fantastic for Hera. Now the military count is favoring the blue player. In addition, the worker count. And you never want to fall behind by both things. You never want to fall behind by both things. You want to be ahead, at the very least in one regard. Third to see on the way now for Leary. Third to see on the way for Hera as the smoke clears away. So these guys will try to continue playing for economy. The truth is, Hera's looking absolutely fantastic. And that engagement, by the way, remember that the Gujaras get in the castle age already 30% higher bonus damage from their units. So these camels going down to the knights is nothing short of amazing from Hera. He played really well. There you are. Yeah, these knights cannot really do much of anything anymore. Forward, they are not in great numbers, so Leary's going to defend himself just fine. Hey, no, are you okay? You were not around last 2 days, right? Yeah, that's correct. I did post this on my Discord, but I didn't make a tweet. And I think because I don't have Twitter or Facebook on my phone. I was without internet for the last 2 days. At the times that I had to stream, actually, so it was very specific. I woke up 2 days ago. I had a commitment that I talked about 3 days ago, right? That I couldn't miss. So I tried to attend the commitment, and halfway through, my internet dropped, and then it didn't come back for like 5 hours or so after the stream was already over, after the series were already over for that day. And then yesterday I woke up and there was no internet again. It's the first time in years that I've seen as many service outages, you know, as frequently and as long lasting. Usually, for the last 2 years or whatever, if you had anything lasting more than 1 hour, it was going to be like very late into the night. And like once every month or so, at most, right? Yeah, but the last 2 weeks have been kind of rough. And I didn't expect it to get particularly better, honestly. It's one of the reasons why I want to move out of the country, you know. Economy is not looking the best. Infrastructure is not gonna be the best either. Is it about summer storms? Could be, maybe. I don't know. Like, we've had plenty of storms in the past and during this summer, and there was nothing. Like, no issues whatsoever. Maybe the storm we had like 3 days ago or something had something to do with it. But it's like during the storm or after the storm, immediately, there were no issues. It was, I think, a day later, out of the blue. I don't know, maybe. But yeah. With all 3 TCs up and running, both these guys will be going up in villager count at about the same time. Oh, by the way, I did record 2 of the quarterfinals offline on my own yesterday, so those are going out to YouTube. I did not stream those, but those are going up on YouTube. I couldn't finish recording all 4 series, ran out of time, but yeah, at the very least 2 are going to be going up. Nice mango shot from Hera. There's a good amount of monks over here though for the bull player. 5 monks. Potentially out to 5 conversions against 22 camels. That's going to leave the army Leary down to 17 camels versus 25 knights and potentially 5 camels, right? So we see like everybody coming over right now. They're going to end up taking one of the monks, so that's going to reduce this to potentially 4 conversions only. But Hera's going to try to make it work. He's got all 3 monks, actually 4 monks, targeting different units, and he's going to get away with this. The monks will go down in the end. But at the very least, 2 of the connections or the conversions connected now. Hera is looking better for HP pull over here, and it seems like he's going to end up coming out on top, and the castle is going to get denied, or he's going to get delayed rather for the time being, but not by a very long time, as the villagers will go back to work right after the army from Leary gets cleaned up. Hera ends up taking game number 1 as the moment Leary gets cleared up, goes on to call the GG, and Hera's gonna be up 1-0 against the SAEM teammate. The Austrian Wonder Kid begins the series with a loss. So what do we get for achievements over here? Better than 4 to 3 kill ratio for Hera. We have an economy that is looking stronger for Hera as well by about 4,000 resources for society. We have also a stronger villager max count for Hera too. Let's go back. Economy. There you go. They're playing better, but lost because of the wall hole. Ah, yeah, there's a very good catch over here. The working count going down dramatically in the span of like a minute and a half. This is how many resources that he was able to collect, and I would assume that he ended up losing those villagers around this point, right? 4 minutes and 15 seconds into the game or so. Society. Wait, why isn't Leary falling behind? Oh, it was over here then. This is not about that then. This is not about that. This is probably just about having to play for berries over sheep. Anyway, let's go back. And Dexter! Thank you so much for the raids, appreciate it. All right, there we go. So what do we get then for this one? It's gonna be Scandinavia. Hera's playing with Lithuanians on the right-hand side towards the south. Leary's playing with the Japanese on the left-hand side towards the north. A little bit. For these civilizations, taking a look at Hera's first, we'll see that the blue player is going to get 150 extra food upon start in the game, right? He's going to get on top of that. Ah, there is a pause. Yeah. He's going to have 10% faster moving skirms, PLN units. He's going to get in addition to that. Okay, there we go. Game continues. He's going to get in addition to that. 1 extra attack on Knights and Lycha units per each relic garrison, up to 4 relics, so up to +4 attack. And for the team bonus, we'll see that the Lithuanians, they get 20% fast working monasteries. Meanwhile, Leary's playing with the Japanese, so he gets 5, 10, 15 and 20% faster working fishing ships in Dark Field Castle and Imperial Ages. Those units, they get twice the HP and +2 Pierce Armor, and then in addition to that, we'll see for the Japanese, for Mr. Leary also, that he's got, there we go, 33% faster attack and infantry units started in the field age. He's gonna get a 50% discount on drop-off buildings, and for the team bonus, 50% extra line of sight on galley line ships. I'm not really sure how much he's gonna be able to make use of, but he's got it. And that'll be about it. So the players are taking their time, going for the fishing ships. They're taking a little bit longer to get the dock out. This is just by virtue of the Lithuanian extra resources allowing you to go for that a little bit earlier. Hey B, hi. I'm doing alright. Thank you. Hope you're doing alright as well. Let's take a look at the map generation, starting with the blue player. We're going to have the main goal in the back. We're going to see the secondary goals on the right-hand side. And then the main stone is going to be on the back. Secondary stone is going to be on the right-hand side. Should be pretty easy for him, given how close to the corner of the map he has spawned, to get the walls like this, something like this, and then completely wall himself up while securing 1, 2 minerals. Not any of the secondary golds, not the secondary stone over here, but this should still be enough to keep him going, at the very least until he gets to the castle age, and then eventually he's got the ability to go for the TCs, right? To go for one maybe over here, another one maybe elsewhere around. Yeah, maybe here. Seems to me like it'll be a good location. We'll take a look at the Hera's map generation instead. We're gonna see for the red player, for Leary's map generation, sorry, we're gonna see for the red player. The main goal in the back, very similar to Hera. Secondary golds will be away though. This one is beyond the wool line, and this one is beyond the wool line as well. Now, because of the house he's gone for over here, could potentially get something like this, maybe something like this, and he will be able to secure this one, but not so much this one. This one will be good as well. So 2 golds, no stone, as both these stones are going to be towards the south. Yeah. But once again, right, that's going to be enough to keep him going, and then eventually once he does get to the castle age, he can go for a TC probably somewhere around here, so he can secure this gold. And then maybe another one around here so that he can secure the stone. Yeah, something like this would be good, I think. And then eventually expand. Diosnito, that's an interesting name. Hi, welcome. Good, just coming up for both these guys. Nobody trying to fast castle, by the way. It's just going to be a full feudal play. It makes me wonder, is anyone gonna try to make a play for land? I don't see a barracks coming up for Hera. And Leary does not seem to be going for a barracks either. Instead, he's going for the second dog, which Hera's already aware of. Should be going for the second dog himself, and he's going to, and Leary's gonna be aware of it as well. Notice how Hera's trying to keep the scout at bay. Yeah, with 2 villages coming over. from Hera, then Leary won't be able to do much of anything over here. So it's quite clear the Bull player, despite getting a little bit of a head start to the Fuel Age, is going to have to play from defender's position, right? Because Leary, with the 2 docks already up, is going to get production going a little bit earlier. Not quite! Not quite! Hera got the second dock already up himself, actually. Well done. And Leary... Well, Leary's got galleys coming up from both these docks. Hera's got Fire Galley on the way, but he doesn't have another one on the way. Doesn't have the resource for it yet. Needs 10 more gold if he is to go for Fire Galleys. 75 wood. 45 gold. There we go. So yeah, definitely it seems like Hera's gonna be playing from a defender's perspective. It's not ideal though. If your opponent's going for galleys and you can't prevent them from getting a good amount of units, if you're just playing defensive over here, eventually Leary is gonna get to the galleys that he needs to take on the Fire Galleys without any issues. It's a game of numbers here for Leary. Once he gets past 5 galleys or so, should be able to counter the Fire Galleys from Hera pretty easily. And yeah, the Bull player on the other hand wants to take an engagement before these units get to high numbers. Some pegs Hera didn't scout himself. Right here. And we are getting to the numbers. 5 galleys already for Leary. He has not taken a bit of damage yet. Well, I guess technically he's lost 3 HP. Definitely not going to make much of a difference to speak of. And Hera, you can see how he's making a transition to galleys himself as well, because he knows there's no way fires will work against Leary's army right now. So he's just trying to catch up, right? But Leary's here. He sees the 1 Fire Galley from Hera. Now it's going to be 2 Fire Galleys, 2 Standard Galleys. Leary's up to 6 galleys. And Hera's going for extra galleys, but definitely Leary's got a head start in production over here, so he's pushing the villager away. She won't be able to repair. You can start doing some damage over here. That's going to be fantastic. It's got to be careful, of course. By the minute, Hera's going to continue getting more and more units out, and then eventually Leary's going to get outnumbered, so he needs to keep on bringing the units forward. And he needs to keep on going for more and more as well, and he does have extra galleys queued up. Here we are. Beautiful. There we go. Leary's getting the much better trades. This is what I was talking about. Hera took significantly longer to get the units he needed, right? So now he's going to get cleaned up. He's going to end up losing water completely. And then on the right hand side, there's nothing coming up from anybody. And Hera instead will try to make a play for the Castle Age. He's almost grabbed enough resources to go up. It seems like he's going to continue going for Navy and then maybe try and make a play in the Castle Age for War Galley. I am not the biggest fan of this. I think by the time he does get to the Castle Age, he'll most likely end up losing at the very least one of these docks. They're going down in HP actually pretty quickly, so it seems to me like these are wasted resources from Hera. And Leary should be on his own way to the Castle Age very soon. For the most part, it's going to be just a Bull player right now going up, and Leary's done a really good job just keeping the scout alive. Keeping an eye on exactly what it is that Hera's gonna go for, and Hera's got a barracks already on the way. Leary knows about it. And he's going for a stable. He already had the barracks up himself. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about, right? The Zok has already lost over half HP since Hera clicked up to the Castle Age. So the units that he's being garrisoning over here, they will be popping out because simply put, the HP of the dog's not going to be enough to keep on sheltering anything. So If Leary can get the engagement over here, you can see how Hera's just trying to distract him and, you know, lure him away from the dock. But in the end, this is going to go in favor of Leary, and he will end up taking the dock down over here. Hera's going to be left on only one dock, 2 fire galleys to work with to upgrade to fire ships potentially, and Leary's on his way to the Castle H himself too. Plus, he's got extra galleys on the way. Yeah, now it's Leary's time to try and lure. Oh, the units from Hera away. He needed to move over to the right-hand side, so he will be able to finish taking this one down. In the end, Leary's still looking stronger, mind you, so it's not going to make too much of a difference, I guess. Very good unit control from Leary. Blocking. Fire galley. And there we go. Dock goes down. Hero's got into the castle age. He's got the war galley upgrade on the way and no extra units coming up. So these guys are still taking a bunch of damage. And there we go. We have the war galley upgrade over here. Meanwhile, Leary still has a significant number lead. And Hero spent a lot of resources going for extra units over here. Going for the upgrade and won't be able to take advantage of it for the most part. He's got 2 additional docks on the right-hand side. And he's going for fire ships. See what that gives him. Yeah, there we go. So Hera will get cleaned up over here. And then he's just going to be banking on the right-hand side. Now he knows Leary is nowhere to be found over here. He's going to start going for fishing ships. Meanwhile, back home, he's got the second TC on the way. Leary, despite being the second player to get to the Castle H, is going to go for the second TC earlier compared to Hera. That puts him in a very good spot. He already was ahead in work account because of all the fishing ships he was able to keep alive over here. And he can go for more if he wants to. And on top of that, getting the second TC up will allow him to, at the very least, keep up with Hera's work account. But he does have a third TC on the way. Yeah, and this will allow him to actually outproduce Hera. So going to see out for Hera. Scout gets deleted. Yeah, and the game is going to stabilize, right? But Leary's looking so much stronger. And it does bring the question, you said earlier, Leary's playing better, but the hole cost him the game. Well, there were no holes for game number 2, and Leary is looking decidedly stronger compared to Hera right now. It makes me wonder, of course. What's gonna happen during this game, Leary? It's kind of the third TC up. He's keeping production going from all 3 TCs. Well, trying to anyway. It's gonna need to fix his economy. Yes, he did. He's trying to fix his economy. Once he does so, he'll be able to go for more villagers, or for villagers a little bit more heavily. Right now, Hera's actually been able to catch up, kind of, in work account. There we go. One goes down up in the north. The fire galley gets deleted, so I guess it's probably kind of worth it anyway. Maybe not so much. Here comes Leary. He's gonna be the one to start putting aggression on land first, interestingly enough. Yeah, and Hero soon is gonna be completely caught up in fish and ship scout, you know? He's got a higher worker count right now, so he's a hidden worker count. He's got a higher villager count, so he's a hidden worker count. He's got wheelbarrow coming up, and that might not be the case for much longer. 2 villagers do crumble from the Wu player. We're gonna see a conversion come up and connect from Hera against the nice from Leary. Here comes the red player. That monk should not be going down! And it's going to crumble. Whatever happened to Hera over there? Probably he was paying attention on the right hand side. He was trying to collect the relic, and Leary was here, so he took the monks down, and he's going to get the relic for himself. That's the first relic that the players will contest. Up in the north, we had 2 additional ones. Another one on the left-hand side, and then the fourth, the remaining one right on the left-hand side towards the center over here. Leary's going to collect, so he's going for the relics, for the farthest relics first. And Hera? Yeah. Hera's kind of struggling to keep up right now himself. He's got 30 C. The worker count's a little bit better for Leary. Now Leary's going for wheelbarrow himself. Hera's gonna catch up once again. Hey, too. Hi, hello. There you are. Nice. So Hera, yeah, he almost catches up. Only 1 worker behind. From this point onwards, both players will try to make a play for the Imperial Age. Now Leary, he's got the monk roaming around the right hand side. He can see everything from Hera, right? So he's gonna try and get some conversions going over here. He's harassing his water economy, and Hera, just out of luck, he ended up running out of the shorefish over there. Now the fishes will go elsewhere. We'll go to the shorefish up in the north. So Leary's moving away, and Hera is bringing the scouts already. That might not have been quite as out of luck as much as actually paying attention. Actually, yeah, there is some shorefish over here. I think Hera, he did pay attention, and he did go for the extra deep fish over here up in the north. Yeah, that was not luck at all. Let's see. Conversions coming in. That's a lot of monks available for Leary, but not a single conversion is connected right now, and that is a lot of units going down. Hundreds upon hundreds of resources down the gutter for Hera. Even if he ends up pushing the scouts away, for Leary, sorry, even if he ends up pushing the scouts away from Hera, it doesn't make too much of a difference, right? The losses have been taken. Both these players trading value consistently, trading blows over here. Hera, he's got a little bit of a higher working count. He should be on his way to the Imperial Age very soon as well. He's kind of missing a building though. 40C on the way. That's the location that I was suggesting earlier, but he's missing a building. He's gonna have to rush a university right now. He's gonna be on his way to the Castle Age, but it doesn't seem Imperial Age, sorry, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be particularly soon. And Leary's gonna have a significant hit start to it. And these are live, yes. As far as I'm aware, this and the next one will both be live, and then tomorrow 16 GMT we're gonna have the grand finals. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm certainly looking forward to that one. Here we go. Beautiful. Defensive castle on the way now for Hera. On the left-hand side. It's gonna be hard to get up with 2 war galleys over here. Archer ranges for Hera, okay. Leary's coming in with pikemen. Hera hasn't been able to secure a single relic, which is very, very important thing for the Lithuanians to do, due to the civilization bonus, which gives Knights and Light units 1 extra attack per relic garrison. Given the amount of pikes that Leary's gone for, any cavalry unit from Hera wouldn't really work out. So he'll need to go for something else. Meanwhile, Leary's going for halberdiers, going for cap ram and plate mail armor. So what does Hera have to fight against this? He can go for range. Does have 10% faster movement skirmishers in addition to that. We'll see if he goes for chemistry right away or not. Hey, Wonder Boy. Hi, welcome back. Let's see a good pike garrison into Rams. It's working out pretty nicely now with the cap tram upgrade. There's nothing to sneeze at, of course, and Leary with a head start to the Imperial Age. He's gonna get the castle up over here, and he'll probably be the first one to go for trebuchets. Not really sure though, I don't think so, because Hera is very close to the castle age, to the Imperial Age himself, actually. I think it's gonna be close. But I don't think it's going to matter too much. He's got a hill advantage over here as well. Well, Hera, I don't think he does. But anyway. There you go. Brown goes down. Here's under a lot of pressure, guys. 54 military units for Leary. While a portion of this is going to be on water, the vast majority of it is coming from land. He's got the trebuchet already out. The Captain continue coming in. The halberdier are here. They will take care of these light cavalry as the Captain are surviving just fine. Leary's push is relentless. Look at the rates going on the right hand side as well with the halberdier. He's getting a lot of damage down. Hera was able to get a hidden working count for a little while over there, but now Leary's push is looking absolutely unstoppable. Chemistry is gonna be here finally. He's got the archer ranges down the south, so he finishes researching it. And where are the units? There we go. The hand cannoneer are on the way already. Might take a little bit too long, right? Especially when Leary's getting momentum here. He's got a second castle on the way. The trebuchet is already out. He's going to take yet another TC down, and he's going to continue closing the distance against the castles. And Leary's going for chemistry himself. He's going for crossbowman. He's playing with the Japanese, so he gets fully upgraded arbalesters, which will obliterate the hand cannoneer absolutely. So on paper, Leary's got all the tools he needs to put a good counter together against whatever it is that Hera's going to go for over here for the most part. Unless we get to the very late stages of the game and then it comes down to trash, which the Lithuanians... Well, Lithuanians are going to get faster move in trash, right? But I don't think it's going to be any stronger. Well, they can go for tower shield, so there's that. But the Japanese also get faster attack in halberdier with all the upgrades. While Hera's units will be lacking plate mail armor. It's not great, it's just the skirmishers from Hera that are going to be better. And yeah, I don't think it's going to be good enough. Well, and I guess the Hussar, right? Japanese do not get to Hussar until like cavalry, but still. We are some ways off from that. Right now, gold is available. Leary is making a play for arbalesters very soon. He's trying to get the numbers up. With the hill advantage, the trebuchets will siege the castle down pretty quickly. And then there is another castle on the right hand side from Leary, just completely blocking Hera from getting out of here. This is going down, yes. And the village inside, they get ejected now. So the halberdier are certainly a force to be reckoned with from Leary. We're talking about Japanese halberdier, 33% faster attacking. And it goes down as well to the crossbows. And we have ballistics on the way, and it's just a full-on massacre. The halberdier, the crossbows are taking veil after veil after veil after veil. Sarah's going for Bakinara right now, and he still holds on to a respectable worker count. He is getting cornered harder and harder. He won't have the ability to collect any extra resources after this goal runs out and this will runs out, unless he's able to push Leary away. So now the hand cannoneer are getting to good numbers, and they will take care of the hand cannoneer. You know, getting to good numbers. They will take care of halberdier. Crossbows, skirmishers over here should be able to hold on against the crossbow play from Leary. And now that he's going for arbalisters, it's going to be mostly about the skirmishers from Hera. But he needs to not only bounce back, he needs to push Leary away from here. How's Hera holding on for so long? He's learned a trick or two from the tardigrade. Should have no way back for Hera. He has no map, no way to push a line of castles. Yeah, he does have the bombard cannons on the way finally, and he does have a trebuchet over here, so he should be able to take the castles down eventually. It's just not going to be a particularly quick process, right? So long as he's able to keep protection for these siege weapons, he should be in a position to push Leary back. But once again, Leary himself, he does have the tools with which to counter whatever Hera could go for. Now we have our ballistas against the hand cannoneer. We have a halberdier. Actually, they're going to work pretty well even against the skirmishers over here. So he's just sending these forward. And yeah, this is what I'm talking about, right? And we talked about this in the past a few times. We have skirmishers in the Fuel Age and elite skirmishers in the Castle Age. We have spearmen in the Fuel Age and pikemen in the Castle Age. But then in the Imperial Age, you have halberdier for the spear line, and you have nothing else for the skirmishers, so they do not scale quite as nicely into the Imperial Age against trash units now. Still going to go in favor of Hera, though. The hand cannoneer are certainly getting a good chunk of damage done, and Leary trying to make a play for Samurai. He won't be able to make this one work if he's going to continue trickling the units like this. He needs to mass the Samurai first, and then send those forward right after he's got a good number. Otherwise it's just not going to work, of course. The Samurai, honestly, they're going to be stronger only against skirmishers. The hand cannoneer will still take those down. So not the biggest fan of the unit choice for Leary. I think that the halberdier play is probably better. It's not going to be very pop efficient, of course. The hand cannoneer will take care of those, but Leary gets, like, I don't know, twice as many halberdiers he got last time around. He might actually be able to clean out the skirmishers. We'll see. Here come the skirmishers, but Hera's going to call the GG before the engagement takes place over there. And I think this might be due to the resources running out, right? He hadn't run out of wood yet, but he had run out of gold over here, and he was forced into collecting gold from here, which eventually was going to result in the villages going down. Of course, Leary had vision of this, so he was going to start putting pressure over there. And well done! Well, Leary finds himself 1-1 against Hera over here, ties the series up. Let's take a look at the achievements. Oops, sorry. Starting with military. We have a better KD for Hera. It's going to be about 7-6. For economy, on the other hand, we're going to have a stronger economy for Leary as well. Collecting about 13,000 extra resources. For society, a higher villager max count for Hera. Let's... yeah, go back. And there we are, everyone. Welcome to game number 3. It's gonna be a tiebreaker to decide who gets the lead in the series. Civilizations. We'll see Hera playing with the Cumans towards the south of the map. We'll see Leary playing with Berbers up in the north. Civilization bonuses. We'll see that Hera Civ is going to give him access to a second TC in the Fuel H. He'll be able to build a second TC in the Fuel H. He'll be able to go for siege workshops in the Fuel H from where he can train battering rams. Besides that, we also see for the Cumans a 75 with discount on stables, archer ranges, access to the cap ram upgrade in the Castle H, and for the team bonus, the team bonus is going to give the Cumans 33% extra HP on Palisades. Meanwhile, Leary Civilization, the Berbers on the other hand, they will get 15 and 20% cheaper stable unit production in the Castle and Imperial Ages, in addition to 10% faster moving villagers. They also have, for the team bonus, access to Genitor, a mounted skirmisher type unit, and that's going to summarize both these civilizations. And it's very interesting to see from Leary, though. It seems like he's going to try and make a play. Was he expecting... Let me take a look at the draft once again. Was he expecting to see maybe Bengalis from Hera? I'm really sure that was actually available to the Canadian player. Let me check real quickly. So what civilizations did Hera have available for this map? He had... so... Cumans, yes. Yeah, that's about it. He had Burgundian, Spanish, I guess. But it's not going to be a matter of the Bengalis being available. As a matter of fact, the Bengalis were banned first thing by Hera. So I guess this from Leary is just probably a guess for the Cumans, right? Berbers should have all the units they need to counter the Cumans pretty heavily, right? So that's gonna be camel archers, which counter the Kipchak. That's gonna be camels for cheaper and fully upgraded, which will counter the camels and cavalry from the Cumans. Without melee cavalry, without Kipchak, what will the Cumans really be able to go for against Berbers? Well, Halberdian Rams, perhaps? Something like that? I guess so, right? Because Leary's gonna be also in a position where he will be banking on cavalry pretty heavily himself, so here I could try to make a play for counter cavalry. But then Leary is going to be the one with access to bombard cannons, for instance, which will make that much harder to work as well. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I guess we are going to find out. I said Berber counters Cumans pretty well. They should, right? They should. The one thing that I kind of could think from Cumans that they might be able to get going against Berbers. Berbers also have a counter once they get access to bombard cannons too, so it should be pretty good. Yeah, Cumans, they do not get heavy camel rider indeed. So Leary's camels are going to be cheaper and they are going to be stronger than Hera's camels. Probably a silly question, but how come they have a castle each at the start? Just game mode or... Yes. This map is called Fortress and it does feature fortifications, so quite a fitting name. You see that we have the stone walls already out, kind of like Arena, but unlike Arena, the players will begin with the castle and they will begin with the towers. In addition to that, we have the Fortress game mode, which is going to have the players spawn with a king, which if you lose the king, you lose the game. And they are going to begin with extra villagers as well, with extra resources. I believe that's specific to the game mode, not so much the map. I think the map's just going to be related to the buildings that spawn. Yeah. As I on the way for Leary, Hera is taking the sweet time to go up himself. There we go. Hera's taking his sweet time to go out to the castle age. This is just by virtue of the Cumans having available, you know, a second TC available in the field age, right? So it's gonna start pulling ahead. Oh boy. Hera Scout's getting trapped over here. Rip. What kind of information did he get before getting trapped? So he knows where all 5 relics are. There's at the very least that. And he doesn't know where the castle is. But I guess it probably doesn't matter too much. The only thing that Hera can do here is just try and stay here long enough for Lyri's spearmen to come over. And then outrun the spearmen and try to breach through, and then do that like 15 times, and then he'll be able to come out, assuming that Lyri does not go on to repair the wall. Yeah, like it's taking a while for the spearmen to catch up, right? So Hera. Yeah, and Lyri is bringing the scouts himself, so this is not going to work for Hera. That was a nice attempt though, but wasn't going to work out so long as Lyri was paying attention at all. Hold on. So gonna 30C already on the way for the red players. Gonna try and mitigate the worker lead that Hera's gotten so far. That's going to be 16 extra workers for Hera. A very standard amount for Cumans on this map. Lyri, he is getting the extra TCs up, so that means by the time Hera does get out to the castle age, does manage to get a third TC up, Lyri's most likely than not going to end up. And check this out, by the way. Hera actually deleted the scout over there, and no one's getting any KD. But yeah, anyway, I was saying by the time Hera does get to the castle age and does get the 30C up, Lyri should have on paper enough time to catch up in work account himself. He's behind by 17, right? But he's going up in village account quite dramatically from all 3 TCs, so long as he's able to keep production going from all of these. He's going to catch up by about 12 by the time Hera gets to the castle age. And then the rest of the villagers, he should be able to catch up for by just producing from 3 TCs, while Hera's only on 2 TCs himself, so we'll see. Fantastic. Lyri is not going for a 4TC yet. Hera will be in only 30 seconds in the castle age. So what can the Cumans do? We already established that Berbers will have pretty much everything they need to counter the Cumans. The one thing that Hera civilization is going to be particularly good at is going out to the Imperial Age earlier, because of the much stronger economy they go out to the castle age with. If you take a look at the resource from Hera, he's not too far away from that. He's got the castle already, right? So he can definitely make a play for the Imperial Age. And this is something that makes the Cumans particularly strong on a map like this. And something that Lyri's gonna be wary of as well. He's got camel archers out and about. No monasteries coming out of those. Doesn't seem to be interested in going for the relics. And Hera's fast imping. Yes. So once he gets there, we're gonna see trebuchets. We're gonna see potentially Cavalier. We'll see. I don't see any stables coming out right now though. So he's got Kipchak instead. Just Kipchak alone. Kipchak and Trebuchet is going to be the opening. He will need something else though. Once again, Camel Archers will counter the Kipchak. Getting to the Imperial Age won't do too much for Hera because does not get Bracer. I'm not positive his economy is going to be strong enough to go for Elite Kipchak even. And even then, I'm actually not really sure how Elite Kipchak fare against Camel Archers. But I would imagine it's not the best. I mean, Chico, look at that! The Camel Archers are completely shredding those 3 hits. and already 33 HP off the HP pool of the skipjack. Meanwhile, the camel archers, yeah, they are taking nowhere near as much damage. "30 seconds for the Imperial Age for Hera. Because the only play for the Canadian over here is going to be going for trebuchets, going for a good amount of cave check, and try to play for the King Snipe, right? Yeah. Good amount of cave check. Leary's not going too heavily into camel archers, although to be fair, of course, Hera cannot really produce any faster than Leary right now. Both players in only one castle. But yeah, Hera's got into the Imperial Age. She's got monks on the way. There are Charmer on the way for Leary as well. Chemistry on the way for Hera. Once again, he does not get Bracer. So he gets Baki, Arrow, and Chemistry. There's enough resources for the Blue player to go for a second castle and thus double his cave check production potential. He does not have the map control to go up, and get the second castle outside instead. He's gonna have to go for the castle back home, and at the very least, the units that he's going for are going to be mobile and do not really care about the position of the castle too much. They should be able to still cover a bunch of ground, a lot of ground very quickly, but it's not ideal. I'm pretty sure he was kind of hoping to go for the castle outside. He's gonna try still though. He's gonna try. 12 camel archers from Leary, 9 Kipchak from Hera. And Leary's vision is fantastic. Take a look at this. He's been going for outposts everywhere. He's gonna continue to do so as well. Yeah, and Hera's about to take a bunch of losses over here. Let's take a look. The monk's going down. Yes, sir. Very nice snipe. These camel archers are still going to look so strong. And now we see a castle coming up. And Leary's completely aware of this, guys. This might be the final play of the game as we see the camel archers come up. Try and deny the castle. The Kipchak will be here as well. The unit control is very good from Leary. He's going to close the gap. He's going to clean these units up. It's not going to be particularly close at all. And now notice how it's going to go after the villagers right away. 1, 2 villagers going down the drain as well. Hera will end up giving this castle denied, or having this castle denied by Leary's units. He's trying to make the cave check play still work, and you know what? While trying to target the villagers, Leary kind of allowed his army to take a lot of extra heat from the cave check. So now numbers are looking better for Hera, and he's going to get the castle up. He's going to get the castle up. He's going to get double the cave check production compared to what he had before. And Leary, he's going for the second castle himself too. Oh, these guys, neck and neck. Gotta be stronger for Leary, yes. The technology is stronger for Hera with access to trebuchets. He's the only player that's going to have Imp Siege available to him. And if he can continue going for Cave Check after getting the trebuchets out, once again, he might be able to make the play for the King Snipe, right? That seems to me like the only way in which he might be able to take this game. Ideally, I'd like for him to go for a petard or two, so that after getting both these castles down, he's able to just come in with a Kip check, right? And try and take the king. Third castle on the way for Hera. Leary doesn't have quite enough resources to go for the third castle yet. In 3 minutes, he will kill both castles. He should be able to. He's got 3 turrets over here. He should be able to take both these castles before Leary gets to the Imperial Age. At the very least, with no villagers repairing anything from the red player, that is. Archers on the way for Hera. Let's get 4. He had 1 on the way from this castle. And more ketchup are coming up right now from here as well. So it's looking good. And this is open actually already, so he doesn't even need to go for the petard, right? Yeah. And with the castle going down, Leary won't be able to continue going for any extra camel archers. So on paper, Hera should be looking stronger over here. He's got ballistics. Will certainly help against Leary's units. And now's the time. Now's the time for Hera to go for it, guys. Let's take a look at this point of view. He sees the tower garrisoned. He's got a bunch of treasures over here. He's going after the TCs first. Yes. It's going after the TCs first. And the castle's coming up for Leary. He's gonna try and bring the king to safety. Once again. Check this out. Hera's there. Hera's there. And now, the king's there. And the king's going down. And that's gotta be game. As Leary's king gets sniped. Hera's just laughing this one off. He kept the Kitchak over here. And this was the way to take the game. In my opinion, Hera went for it. And he was able to make it work. So that's gonna be 2-1 in favor of Hera. It took too long for the red player to get the king to safety. Again, I think you might have forgotten about it. We saw a few times this happen to players, but they forget that it's, you know, there's a king. But yeah, Hera was able to take advantage of it, and Leary just crumbled. Like, there was no point in time where Leary was looking like he was on the lead, right? For a brief moment over here, there was the risk for Hera to end up getting this castle denied, but he was able to outsmart Leary, or at the very least, he was able to outtrade him, get the castle up still, and then resume his plans right away, right? Well done. Well done. Checking the achievements then. We'll see for military, a better KD for Hera, 5-4. Economy. Stronger economy for Leary for sure, yes. Collecting about 1,400 extra resources. Did not make much of a difference. And of course, this was only the case towards the end of the game. Earlier in the game, the economy was much stronger from Hera, and surprising no one, of course, because of the second TC in the FLH. Well done. Well done. Well played. And welcome everyone to game number 4. You're going to see Hera playing the blue color on the right hand side. Leary on the other hand is going to have the red color on the left hand side. That is actually a very nice TC location. But we'll take a look at that in a moment. Let's talk about the civilizations first. Hera's got the Spanish, which means he's going to get 33% faster working builders, which means he gets the TC up fast enough to usually get ahead by 1 worker. However, he is not going for water whatsoever. At the very least, not from the get-go. He's going to send the villager over now. And yeah. Besides that, we'll see for Spanish 18% faster attacking gunpowder units. Aero civilization is also going to give them cannon galleon with faster projectiles that behave as if they had ballistics. And then on top of that, we'll see for the Spanish. No gold cost on blacksmith upgrades. The team bonus is going to be actually for team games for them specifically, while Leary Civilization on the other hand, the Malians is what we were expecting to see on Nomad over here, and it's going to give him 15%, sorry, with discount on buildings. It's going to get 30% longer lasting golds, in addition to 1 extra pierce armor on barracks units per age, starting on the FLH. And for the team bonus, they're going to have 80% faster research and university upgrades, which will make things like ballistics, chemistry especially, and a lot easier to get. a lot faster to get in any case. And yeah, the dock's already up for Hera, and he's got one fishing ship. Leary's got one fishing ship. Hera's already ahead by one villager though, and he's been able to take advantage of the fast working builders really nicely with the Spanish. So taking a look at the TC location, starting with Hera, we'll see that he's got one gold right next to the TC on the right hand side. He's got a stone on the left hand side. He's got another gold on the left hand side over here that's going to be very far away from the TC, mind you. And then there is a stone over here on the right hand side as well. It's going to be about it for him, I think. Yeah. While on the left hand side, we're going to take a look at Leary's TC location. He actually, when I say that it was a very good location for the TC, I was actually just thinking about farms. I don't think that's going to make much of a difference in the end. And it's not something that we should really be concerned about right now. So just taking a look at the mineral location, we're going to see that minerals are actually in a much worse spot for Leary compared to Hera. And this being his home map, it's gotta suck, right? It kind of hurts a little bit to see for Leary. The resources are so freaking far away. Yeah. Here's going for the boar. Around the woods. Yeah, it's going to take this one just fine. At least Leary can easily wall off that entire south flank of his base. This over here, I guess so. Something like this, you say? Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad, right? So you should get access to this. Something else that I do not really like about Leary's TC location over here is that he is very close to the corner of the map. So if Hera was to come over from the right hand side and put pressure from here, there is only one direction for Leary to fall back to. Like, this is all the space that he's got. While on the flip side, if it was Leary the one to try and put pressure over here against Hera, Hera's going to have all of this to go back to. And if it were the case that Leary is putting pressure from the north, for whatever reason, then Hera's going to have the ability to move towards the south over here. Like, he's got a lot of extra space to work with. And Leary, on the other hand, maybe not so much. We'll into the lake. Oh, well, that's that'll be a greedy one, but yeah, he could potentially go for that. Regardless, village is on the way for both these guys. Hera it's gone up on 24 population. And Leary's got a sneaky dog coming up for. Yo, and C-Deep, thank you so much for the resub. 16 months, over a year already, a year and 4 months. Very much appreciated. Can now drive around. Yeah. Well, depending where you live, right? I think the US is 16. I'm actually not really sure what the age is here now in Argentina, to be honest. Oh, yeah. 16. For some reason I saw 16 and thought of 18, I don't know why, but anyway. Yeah, just here for Leary. Hera is gonna be in the village himself. Leary's going already for some navy, and Hera's not going to give up. He's going for his own navy. Galleys on the way. Fire galley coming out, and Hera, he's got some galleys on the way. Second fire galley on the way for Leary. Oh, he already has one over here. He's going for the third one then. Third dock up in the north. Oh, fourth dock on the way for Leary as well. He's investing quite heavily into water. And Hera? Yeah, Hera's just trying to get the units up first, right? He's going to need about 5 or so to get a good trade over here first. And now the fish ships are taking a lot of damage over here. Notice Hera's unit control is good though. He might actually be able to get the fire galleys down over there. He survives just barely. There's another fire galley over here coming over from Leary and Hera. Hera's going to struggle. Hera's going to struggle, but he might end up coming out on top over here. At the very least, the fire galleys shouldn't be able to get any damage down over there, as we still have a good amount of galleys over here with good unit control. Hera should be able to take these units down from Leary, and it's only one fishing ship that goes down from Hera as he gets to the numbers he needs. And Leary, from this point onwards, is going to struggle by going just for fire galleys. So Hera's put himself in a good spot. So long as he plays his cards right, with good unit control, he should be able to clean these units up. It's going to. That's one down. Yes. Let's click. From Hera is going to try and take the villager. Cannot do it. But he will end up cleaning these units up. And Leary is going to end up getting yet another fishing ship. So that's going to be the second one, right? Yes. 2-0, EKD favoring Leary. But Hera will clean this up, though. He will be also the first one to go up to the castle edge. And you know what? The finishers are going down. Hera is kind of giving up on this position. He's going to try and go for it to get some damage done himself. Most likely. Yeah, because he does not want to go for any extra galleys by the looks of it. Demolition rafts on the way to take care of those remaining fire galleys down the south. And he's just going to try and get some damage done against Leary's water economy next. And with the market on the way, Hera's quite clearly going to try to make a play for the castle edge. Once he clicks up, we're probably going to see a bunch of villagers making a transition to stone. And does he have stone at hand? He does! He does have the villagers already making a play for the stone. 8 villagers, mind you. He's buying the food that he needs. He's going to be on his way to the castle edge very soon. As a matter of fact, right now, he probably could get away with selling the stone that he's got, given the amount of villagers he's collecting stone with. Might still be able to get enough to go for a castle eventually once he gets to the castle edge. And he doesn't need to sell everything, right? He can just sell like 100 or so. Yeah, there we go. It sells 100 stone. Buys 100 food. So it's going to be very, very close to going after the castle edge. And Leary's getting very close himself as well. The food worker count is looking better for Leary, mind you. But that might not be the case for much longer. Hera's, of course, going to try and take the fish ships down, but Leary's unit control is good. And he will keep the units alive. So Hera, on his way to the castle edge, and Leary using the market, abusing the market, I should say, should be on his own way to the castle edge as well. This is interesting to see. Hera seems to be getting the better trades. Seems to be putting himself in the better positions over here. Yeah. Bought too much food, then sold too much food. Yeah. And yeah, you know, this is interesting because this was Leary's home map. And Hera's gonna be up earlier. He's gonna have enough stone to go for the castle. And if we take a look at this scouting information, he doesn't really know where Leary is. He's gotta have a pretty clear idea, right? Yeah, most likely. Like, Leary's gotta be somewhere around the left-hand side. He doesn't know exactly where, but he can see a cow over here that did not get converted. He sees just like spread out houses over here that do not really mean much of anything because Leary was already going for the docks on the right-hand side. He, you know, might as well just go for a few houses. So I think Hera should be expecting Leary to be somewhere around here, probably. At the very least, if he reads the clues properly, and then he could go for a forward castle, but he's going for the castle back home. Well, this is alright. If he went for the castle forward, he wouldn't have gotten enough stone on time to get the castle up forward as soon as he got to the castle age, right? Because he needed to get the stone before sending the villagers forward, and he barely managed to get enough stone right now. And getting the castle up over here is going to be the best thing anyway. Because the conquistadors, the mobility is high for those units. You want to start getting the units out ASAP, and then just bank on the mobility, right, to go forward and start doing damage. So Lyri's behind in the set over here, and Hera is gonna try and make this a 3-1 against Lyri. He's got the conquistadors already on the way. He's got the second DC coming up. Yeah, Lyri will be the one getting full water control over here. Hera's just completely given up on the outer water. Instead, it's gonna try to collect fish from the center one. And if we take a look at this point of view, yeah, he knows that this is a private lake. He's already, or actually a inner lake, because it's already gone around the map. Right, he already knows that this water must be surrounded by land. And Lyri gets to the castle edge. He goes for the second TC. He is 4 workers ahead compared to Hera. That is nothing! For being the only player with access to water for a while, that is actually not much. The disease on the way now for Lyri and Hera. Hera's gonna be catching up in worker count with the fishing ships. He's only 2 workers behind. It's remarkable. And he's gotten 4 conquistadors already out. So 3 are over here. Not really sure where the 4th one is. He's coming forward. And Lyri's gonna try and make a play for the monk. Oh, how lucky is this for Lyri? The one little pocket over there of Fog of War that he did not scout contains the relic. And here comes Hera. Lyri's reaction is going to be good. Already getting the skirmishes out. Hera's got 6 conquistadors. There you are. Yeah, Hera's going over to the right hand side. Overall, Lyri's been able to hold on really well. There's a 4C Trisha coming out for Hera, so pressure is going to increase. And this might be enough to start getting some good damage down. 5 conquistadors. You know, on paper, 3 conquistadors are enough to one-shot a villager. However, because they are not particularly accurate units at 65% base accuracy at max distance, they will usually be utilized in groups of 4 or more, right? To kind of offset for the lack of accuracy, and that way it's going to be a lot more consistent for the group of conquistadors to one-shot villagers. Now, the Sea Treasure is already up. We're gonna see the Scorpions or Mangonels. He's got resources for either. There's the Sea coming out for Hera as well. This has been really good for the bull player. Usually, going for the Conquistadors results in a single TC play, at most double TC, but Hera's been able to keep the TCs working. He's been able to go for the fishing ships, stay ahead in worker count, and now going for the third TC as well. How good is that? It's fantastic. We have a Mangonel coming up over here. Good shot. Reaction from Lyri. He's got bullet 6 right now. So Hera's gotta be careful. Nice shot. We're gonna see another one coming up, and that's gonna be 2 monks down the drain right away. The monk that survives manages to get the Mangonel converted, but the Conquistadors will take the Mangonel down, and in the end, is going to be a little bit better for Hera now. There's another mountain coming out, so those skirmishers won't be able to do too much. Lyri's going for a second monastery. He's really gonna bank on the monks to defend himself against this. The skirmishers alone won't suffice now that we have mangonels as well at play. Another one on the way for Hera. Yeah, Lyri's going for even greedier walls than you or I were suggesting. Yeah, he will end up securing this gold. He already has a TC next to this gold, that stone, and by the way, this is just a work of art. That TC position is so nice to look at. Beautiful. So much so. I'm gonna take a picture of it. There we go. Every time that I zoom in a lot, that's usually to take a picture. Shuts out the south flank and secures an extra goal. Yeah, it's looking pretty good for Lyri. Monks coming over once again. Hera's reaction is swift. He's got like cavalry, chain, barlin armor. That should be good against both skirmishers and the monks. Right now he's got no units, but he's starting to go for those. Where are the stables? Right here, up in the north. He's got the third stable on the way. I'm surprised even with water control that Hera has stayed ahead in economy. Yeah, for sure. Let's take a look at the gather economy time, actually. It's looking better for Hera by about an hour, yeah. So that is absolutely fantastic for him now. Let's take a look to see if he knows about the castle coming. He's got no idea. He's coming forward. He's going to realize about the castle right now. And short of going and trying to deny the castle, he's actually just turning around and going back. He's going to need to make a play for the Imperial Age himself right now. And you know what? He might actually be able to go up pretty quickly if he sells the majority of the resource he's got, but that wouldn't be ideal, right? Like right now, he's got enough stone to go for a second castle, and a second castle when going out to the Imperial Age is going to be absolutely instrumental because of treasure production. Yeah. So instead, Hera's just going to rely on his economy for the most part. He buys some of the food that he was missing. He could potentially sell some of the wood over here as well. Go out to the Imperial Age. And Lyri is already on his way up, but Hera is going to be behind by not too much, especially considering the fact that he's going to be on 2 castles in Lyri. Lyri will go for the second castle eventually, but I think it's going to come up after he gets to the Imperial Age. A little bit of pressure from Lyri. Yeah, and Hera's making a transition to fish traps. That's good. Hey, Blanky Babu. Hi. Welcome back. If you tried to say welcome again, would that be willkommen loss? I'm curious. I think it was loss for again, right? Or was it Vida? I don't remember. One was start, and the other one was again. I think loss might be again actually. Or Vida was to begin, I think. Regardless. Yeah, I think it was lost again. So we see the conversions coming in from Lyri, and he's going to get away with both conversions over here. The Mammoths get taken down. Yeah, and the final one is deleted. Up in the north, you have like cavalry, some rams, and that's the thing, right? As we were talking about earlier, Lyri won't be able to get the castle up before he gets to the Imperial Age. He's already gotten up. And the second castle is only now on the way, so he's got just a 1 trebuchet coming at me, while Hera He'll be in the Imperial Age in 35 seconds and he'll be able to go for double castle production. Nice quick walls coming in from Leary. Hero was probably expecting this to be open. Well, it's not going to be open anymore. But you know what? Remember the gates? They have no armor. So, while this is a lot of HP as well, these are very high damage units as well. Anyway. Guys are really taking a lot of damage. Hero's got into the Imperial Age. He's got no trebuchets coming out whatsoever. He's got the third castle and fourth castle's on the way. Yeah, and it's starting to get a little bit rougher for Hera from this point, right? Seems like this one is going down. And Leary's going for a bunch of upgrades. He's just gone, if I'm not mistaken, for Theocracy. So group conversions are going to be a lot better for Leary. And he's got Farimba on the way. Heavy camels are here. Farimba will make these guys very strong. Here we are. Beautiful. Conversions coming in from Leary. He's getting a nice trap going here. The release is trying to flank the units from Hera. And Hera's getting to the choke point where it's not really going to do any good for the bull player because of the skirmishers being there. And the conquistadors will walk away. Damn. If Leary had brought a few extra camels over to the north, he would have been able to trap these completely, but it seems like he still will end up coming up on top in the end, right? Yeah. Hera's gonna get cleaned up. Meanwhile, down the south, there's another engagement taking place right now. A lot of conversions are coming out. The halberdier are here, so they're going to take care of the camels, and the release they should be able to. But because of Farimba, the camels are actually very strong, and taking the halberdier down over here is a possibility for the red player. I mean, take a look at that. In the end, there's too many halberdier for Leary to fight against, but while that lasted, he was able to get some good damage done with these camels already. Hera's gonna start coming forward. One of the good things about the Spanish is how good their trash is. In later stages of the game, once the gold runs out, Spanish is going to be very, very hard to counter because of having fully upgraded trash. But yeah, we see some momentum over here from Hera already. The most part is going to be halberdier. If he wants to get the spam, the Hussar spam going, he's going to need a lot of extra farms, of course. There we go. The churches are moving on now. For Mr. Hera. And the best villagers? Right. For the latest stages of the game? True. I don't think he's gone for supremacy, right? He's not gone for it, no. Elite. It's better warriors on the way now for Leary. Now the castle's next. But here come the Tibetan warriors. These are elite guys. He's going for chainmail armor. Probably a little bit too late though. It's trying to go out to the tertiaries right away. And he's gonna be able to get one, but it looks of things. Yes. He's getting one and he's getting another one as well. The Tibetans are there just so strong when fighting from range over there. 2 trebuchets down the ground for Hera. 800 resources just like that. Couldn't really do much about it. Technically, he should be able to take these units down with the Conquistadors, right? But he's got to target these individually. And it's taking a lot of time for Hera to get these the Tibetan warriors down fast enough to prevent the trebuchets from going down. So now instead, he's going for the Cannon Galleon! But the Tibetans, they go against that as well. Wow! No farm upgrade for Leary. Yes, that's correct. He's going for Handcar right now. Heavy plow was certainly coming quite handy, but yeah, that was very interesting to see in any case. I do like the Cannon Galleon play from Hera, and we talked about the bonus for the Spanish over here earlier, where the Cannon Galleon, they have faster projectiles that behave as if they had ballistics, so you can see. He could potentially fight maybe the Tibetan warriors with the Cannon Galleon over here if he's paying attention. Let's see. He's gonna try to. Yes. Needs to go for... yeah, there we go. Elite Cannon Galleon, right? So these guys are going to be stronger. 15 range. In my opinion, should try to get the monk. He might not remember about the ballistics bonus for the Cannon Galleon. Just target the monk, man. Faster projectiles with ballistics. And he's gonna get the raid going himself. As the is coming over right now, straight into 2 castles. Those like cavalry do not seem like they're going to be anywhere near as strong compared to Hera's push. He's got Hazar already, and he's got this castle going down. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the castle is crumbling. The light cavalry from Leary, they are just not sufficient numbers over here. We have Hazar for Hera. And at best, Leary's gonna be able to get some villages down over there, but then back home, he's gonna get completely wiped out over here. We see Hera is in a position to completely barrel through the defenses from Leary. With the Cannon Galleon, he's taking the castles down. The Conquistadors and the Hazar Michiel over here should be able to take on the Tibetan warriors as well. We'll see right now. Supremacy is coming up for Hera. This is a good time to get the upgrade for sure. As now we see Leary's going to begin getting the raids going. Supremacy will make these villagers so much more resilient against light cavalry. Yeah, there we go, right? So he gets a lot of extra armor, a lot of extra attack, a lot of extra HP. Meanwhile, the second castle's gone down for Leary. Hera's gonna need to make a play for trebuchets once again. Now these Cannon Galleon cannot get too much damage done anymore. Maybe just a TC. There's nothing over here for Hera to collect, right? The TC is kind of been abandoned already. Hey guys! Hi. Long time no see, man. How's it going? Were you watching all the Shrek movies and took so long to finish them because he kept on falling asleep? There we go. This is the engagement that Hera was hoping to get right now. No castles over here, no fortifications for the Tibeto to fall back to, and still a good amount of conquistadors. I was building a house, more like a wonder. They can fight against the light cavalry. The conquistadors over here, they should be able to take these guys down though, but now we have camels coming out from Leader. In any case, Hera's in a much better position for military. He's got so many extra units. Very soon it's probably going to be about twice the military for Hera. And once again, he's gotta be... Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about! The Cannon Galleon plays from Hera. It took some time for him to get this going, But these are actually viable against land units for the Spanish specifically. And he does end up utilizing everything, throwing everything he's got at his better warriors. And coming out on top. So Hera puts himself 1 game away from taking the series. It's gonna be 3-1. This being a best of 7, of course. Hera needs 1 game out of 3 remaining ones, while Lyria's gonna need a back-to-back-to-back victory result in order to move on to the grand finals over here. So let's take a look at the achievements one more time before checking the civilizations and the maps. But a KD for Hera about 5-4 economy. Stronger economy for Hera as well. We'll see for society, higher villager max count for Hera, which is good. Gonna see, let's take a look at this. I think the fewest villager losses, right, for Hera? 19 villagers going down. Yeah, Lyria lost just dozens upon dozens of villagers, and that's good. APM on average over here. Higher for Hera. Very, very high for both these guys, though. Let's go back. Wait! It's not going to be arena, actually. I am dumb. The dashboard overlay said the map, and I just kept on, you know, mumbling about arena this, arena that, civilizations, and it's going to be Acropolis. Okay, well, I was not really expecting this to be the map for game number 5, considering that Lyri's remaining home map was arena. We're gonna see instead Acropolis, one of Hera's home maps, for game number 5, where Lyri needs to get the win. Hera's playing with Aztecs, Lyri's playing with the Chinese on the right hand side. We're gonna see Lyri towards the south in the red color, Hera's playing in the blue color towards the northwest. And for the Aztecs, well, Hera's gonna get first off. Let's see. Yeah, Hera's going to get villages that can carry 3 extra resources per trip for free. That's going to be the thing for the Aztecs. It's going to be a little bit higher APM, as you're going to have to consistently drop the food from the sheep. It's not going to be enough for you to just wait for the villagers to deposit the food on their own because they take so long. But in the long run, it's going to make their economy very strong. And then on top of that, we also see for the Aztecs 11% faster training military units, except for monk units, which get instead 5 extra HP per each monastery technology research. And then for the team bonus, finally the Aztecs get 33% faster gold income from relics. Later playing with the Chinese will instead get 3 extra villagers upon starting the game. It counts at the cost of 200 food and 50 wood, however. And then on top of that, we're going to see for the Chinese 5 extra line of sight per TCs, 5 higher population support per TCs. And for the team bonus, the Chinese will get 10% extra food from farms for free. Before I forget it, he does get another bonus which makes technologies or upgrades 10, 15, and 20% cheaper in the feudal castle and imperial ages. I always undervalue the faster unit production for Aztecs. Can be really good, especially when making a transition to the castle age if you're trying to play for Eagles, right? Eagle Scouts, they take so long to train. And with the Aztecs, faster working, or actually faster training military is a little bit easier, just a tiny bit easier to produce those Eagle Scouts while making the transition. In addition to faster producing pretty much everything else, right? Even the feudal age archers will be coming out a little bit sooner. So it's the extra villagers for the Chinese versus the more efficient villagers for Hera, right? Yeah, most likely. Anyway. I just read your message, Fluffy Bunny, and yeah, sure thing. I'm definitely up for that. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Oh, and a villager for here. What happened over here? Did it just stop working? Okay, there we go. It's back to work now. Yeah, we talked about the civilizations. The players are making a play for the FLH. And let's take a look at the map generation then. We're gonna see for Hera, he's got 1 gold on the left hand side. He's got both stones on the right hand side to the sides. And then he's got the main gold on the back. Just beautiful. Maybe on the other hand, he's gonna have both the golds on the right hand side. He's gonna have one of the stones on the right hand side as well. And then he's got 1 stone on the left hand side. Overall, I'm liking Hera's map generation. Even if only because of the goal location over there is gonna be a little bit harder for maybe to get any damage done around those resources. There we go. Scout from Leary takes on the scout from Hera. Hera's got militias coming over, however. He's got an archer range on the way instead, and he's already gone for the quick walls over here. I think he probably knew about it, right? Yeah, he saw the barracks garrison before. So he was expecting to see some aggression coming out, which is why he went for the quick walls around the lumberjacks. He's going to get the quick walls up around the gold miners as well. Yeah. Looking good. Let's take a look at the villager that is so close. 1 more hit and she would have died. The militias won't be able to get the kill. Yeah, and Hera's just walking away. Now he's got too little HP on these militias to get any damage done. And as Leary is going to start pumping archers, of course, those militias are not really going to do much of anything. So I don't think it was worth it. 3 militias, and he was able to chunk a lot of HP off 1 villager, but he wasn't able to get a single villager down, and he wasn't able to impact Leary's economy too much. If we take a look at the gather economy time, you'll see that Leary actually had a higher gather economy counter over here, compared to Hera. Because of the extra villagers, right? So far, it's not really worked out too nicely for Mr. Hera over here. Leary's looking good. What do you guys expect to see over here? What are your predictions for this? I would imagine it's going to be a play for range units for Hera and Leary during the remainder of the FLH, and then Hera's just going to make a transition to Eagles. And Leary's going to make a transition to Knights, most likely, once he gets to the Castle Age. For the time being, though, the game has kind of stabilized. We have a little bit of a stronger food economy for Hera. 14 food workers versus 13. He's got the villagers who can carry extra resource as well, so for the farmers it's going to be especially useful too. Oh, this is good though. 1 villager does crumble from Hera, and that's not going to be the end of it. Another villager is going down as well with the hill advantage over there. Leader's able to get a lot of extra damage done. 2 villagers crumble from Bull player. Leader's gonna be the first, only player to get away with eco kills. That's not getting cleaned up over here, but Hera's in a rough spot. He was already behind because of the extra villagers from the Chinese, but now he's fallen behind even further. 4 villagers behind compared to Leary, who's going for scale by the number. You know what this means. You know what to expect. Here on the other hand, is going for fletching. He's going to try and make a play for the skirmishers forward, but this is very unlikely to result in any tangible damage, in my opinion. Is this open, by the way? And this might actually be open, isn't it? It's open! Yep. Let's see if Leary reacts over here on time. He won't! He won't react! He will react on time, though! Just at the last second. Gets the quick walls up. And Hera won't be able to do too much damage over there, so he's going around. Fighting the archers off. I think archers are risky in Castle Age on an open map like Acropolis. I feel the way the expansion of the map is. You're in the mobile unit, so Eagle is probably the better call. Leary keeping us on the edge, right? On the edge of our seats. There you go. There's Hera's just trying to ignore the scouts for the most part with the skirmishers. Trying to go after the archers does not really work out too well. He's going to end up getting the better end of the deal over here for sure. Yeah. But it did come at a cost. Leary's been producing scouts already. While Hera did not really produce too many extra units besides the ones that he sent forward, right? That got, for the most part, cleaned up right now. So he's managed to scrap enough resources to go out to the Castle Age, and Leary's not so much. So we see Bloodlines on the way. Leary's got Forging already in scale. Bar than armor. Seems like he's going to try and commit to the scout push over here. And how many stables do we have for him to do that? A single stable? That seems like a very expensive investment into scouts. And scout upgrades, actually. To just play with 2 scouts? That's not good. I would understand if he was going for a double stable, scout production over here, full fuel, and try and suppress Hera before he got to the Castle Age, but he's got 2 scouts left. Yeah, scale bar the number Forging. He canceled Bloodlines, yes, so at the very least he's not spending any additional resources, but this is already going to come at a cost, of course. Hera will be the first player to get to the Castle Age by a lot. By a lot. Now we'll see a villager go down over here from Hera already in. Leary gets away with the snipe. He's going to try to go for yet another one. And very good unit control as well from Leary, notice. But scouts will in the end go down if they commit to the engagement. So, will they though? Will they though? They should. They should. But Leary's making it very difficult for Hera to defend himself. However, still, yeah. 30 seconds only for Hera to get to that Castle Age himself. Leary's so far behind. And now we finally see a village going down from the red player as the skirmishers, the archers from Hera, are roaming around the right hand side of Leary's Acropolis. Just roaming around the back. Might be able to get some more damage done, but it's interesting to see though the fact that Hera has been just committed to the archer play over here instead of making a play for Eagles. Not at all what I was expecting to see over here, but might actually end up working out, you know? The archers are going down from Leary. I think that was a misclick. He clicked by the archers, went forward as opposed to actually targeting the unit. Yeah, now with the crossman upgrade, with Black Kinaro coming up for Hera, should be in a position to do a lot of extra damage. So let's take a look at this. And Vileze! Boy! Thanks so much for the raid. Appreciate it and welcome everyone! We are casting Hera vs Leary. This is a match point already. Game number 5 sees the series on a 3-1 score, favoring the Canadian player. It's got to win 1 out of 3 remaining games potentially, and it's looking actually alright in game number 5. It's not been the best though. He has been taking a bunch of villager losses, and because of the Chinese civilization for Leary, that allowed the Austrian player to stay ahead in work count by a lot. But Hera was the first one to get to the Castle Age, and he's got crossbows coming forward. Meanwhile, Leary's gonna start going for knights. Now we don't have enough crosses over here, I think, for Hera to actually stick to the 1 unit alone. He's gonna need something else. He's gonna need some sort of meat shield over here, especially with the knights coming out. It's not going to take a lot of knights to take 11 across those towns. So there's a pause. I hope you enjoyed Vilas' stream, guys. Welcome, everyone. And you gotta wonder, is this going to be mostly Finnish viewers? Was Vilas streaming in English? Or Finnish? Anyway, let me take a look at the game to see what this pause was about. Hera's asking for a moment. Man, hopefully it's not going to be affected by the same issues we were. Or I was. In the last couple days. I think we have the same internet provider though. All right, well, we can take the pause to analyze the current situation, and Leary is looking mighty strong. He's got 6 extra workers, and Hera doesn't have wheelbarrow or anything to show for the villager deficiency over here. It's just going to be by virtue of the extra villagers that the Chinese begin with.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. We continue going. On top of that, we have light cavalry on the way now for Leary as well. He's got husbandry. And it's going to be a stronger military for him, on top of a stronger economy for him as well. And let's see if he can get this around going. He's going to try to, I would imagine. Nope. Just going forward with the light cavalry. He's going to try and get the raids going. Interesting. Let's take a look. Yes, sir. Leary's about to lay the fury of the light cavalry down to Hera's economy, and Hera, it's not going to be expecting it at all. We take a look at the bull player's point of view. He's got no vision of these units coming his way. At all. And then back home, Leary, he's managed to get enough knights right now to clean up the crossbows from Hera. So there we are. And here come the light cavalry as he was kind of distracting Hera with the crossbowmen around over here. The units from the bull player are getting completely cleaned up for it. And Leary's raid is looking fantastic. That's going to be 1, 2, 3 villages down the ground already for Mr. Hera. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And down the south, of course, the crossbows already got completely obliterated by Leary's units, and now he sent the knights forward. That's going to be a lot of extra aggression coming up in addition to the light cavalry, of course. Here to seize in the way for Leary as well. Hera, just the 1 TC. He's collecting some stones, so he might be able to go for a second TC eventually, but he's already starting to fall behind even further. Definitely not an ideal position for the Canadian, if you're rooting for Hera, it's not going to be the position you want to see himself in. And snipes. Meanwhile, up in the north, extra snipes coming in from Leary. 5 villages have gone down already for the blue player. Here we go. Conversion coming out for Hera as well. He does get a knight over there, but he's already taken the losses, right? And the villager lead has expanded for Leary. Already to 9 extra workers. Well, the second TC is on the way for Hera finally. This is actually not a good TC location. I'm not really sure what's up with that. It's very, very far away. from his base, from his Acropolis. He's keeping the crossbows close so he doesn't have this to see the knight, but he's just going forward. He's gonna try to go for the raid one more time. What sort of defenses do we have for Hera back home? Nothing. Nothing at all. He's got one crossman, one knight. Certainly not going to be enough, but it seems like it's not going to be a matter of literally going forward. Rather, he's going to try and get this round going against the crossman. It seems like he's going to get away with it. Even if we see the knights getting targeted by the monks over here, a single conversion is not going to be enough over here in the TC. The TC might actually be enough to eventually clean these knights up, as now we have a second group of crossbows coming over. It seems like Leary will have the bail. But he has gotten a lot of damage done regardless, though. Many of the crosses went down over there. And if he can reset the HP of the units he was able to survive with, I'd be able to go for yet another knight push in a moment. There to see is already up for Leary, yes sir. There to see, on the way for Hera. To be fair, he's been able to catch up though. The second TC has been up for Leary for a while. But he's gotten a lot of extra LTC time compared to Hera. Which means the blue player was able to catch up in working count a little bit. It's only 5 behind. Not too much. Not too much at all. There we go. Leary gets pushed away from the tower. Hera is only 3 workers behind. This is not too shabby for Hera. Sure, Leary might have wheelbarrow right now, but we are talking about Aztecs here. Hera's villagers, they already by default carry 3 extra resources per trip. They're not going to move as fast, right? So he's going for wheelbarrow, which is going to make his economy so much stronger as well. But yeah, he's done a good job keeping the TCs working and keeping an eye with Leary. You can see that the working count over here is the same for both these guys and Hera. Once he gets wheelbarrow, if he stays on the same working count, actually he's going to find himself in a very good spot. And Leary's still gonna try and make a play for light cavalry over here. For the most part. He's got some knights still though, mind you. He's been resetting the HP of his units. We'll see. It's going to be full-on cavalry versus full-on archery. Hera does have some monks to work with, but at best, it's going to come in at 5 conversions for Hera. It's kind of house right now, so it doesn't have the 5th monk coming out. And Leary's coming in. Leary's coming in. He's going to try and get this round going over here. He's probably going to need to send some of the light cavalry forward as well to make sure that the monks do not get the conversions. And it seems like Hera's going to get cleaned up. He does not have a single pikeman to be seen in the conversions. Well, so long as we have light cavalry over here, they are just not going to be enough, will they? Well, the light cavalry do end up going down, and we see the monks coming out over here. We're going to try to see the conversions from Hera. He's targeting the units. He's going to have to garrison the monks because of the light cavalry closing the gap over here, and Leary will end up getting the better end of the deal over here. All the crossbows went down to the knights. Leary, he's got incredible momentum. He's idling 2 TCs from Hera, not the TCs per se. The economy around the TCs is not going to be effective whatsoever. And then he's going forward, and take a look at Hera's worker efficiency in the last minute, going down to less than 30%. Leader's rate over here is having an incredible impact, and while Hera seemed like he was kind of catching up, and that's still going to be the case that Hera is on a comparable worker count compared to Leary. Military has not been quite as good. He does end up stabilizing though, at the very least. Yeah, the TCs will end up providing the crowd control that he needed. And Leary, in the end, does not really get too much damage done. With the night play, he was able to take down the units from Hera. He has the crossbows for the most part, right? But villagers still survived. Both players still ahead in working count. Yeah, there we go. And this is not the best engagement for Hera, not the best position for him either. There we are. Yeah, and the monks are tanky. They are still going down to the light cavalry, of course. Now finally we see a little bit of a stronger raid coming in from Leary. Once again targeting both these 4 TCs from Hera. And this is open, by the way. This is very much open. It's going straight past this area though. Yeah, straight into the back of Hera's economy over here on top of the Acropolis. Hera's still going to have a significant amount of villagers exposed. With a single TC to protect all of this is not going to be enough, right? So a bunch of these villagers will go down. And once again, he does stabilize this in front. But on top of this, Acropolis, he will injure a few losses. So starting now to switch to pikes. Yeah. The monks over here are just not working out. The light cavalry are too strong. Hey guys, welcome back. Hope everything's going alright. Nice conversion though, coming in from the bull player. Beautiful. Once again though, it's going to be the front TCs to get targeted first. It seems a pattern right now. Every time, Lear is going to send the cavalry over to the front, idle this part of Hera's economy. Then, once the TCs get garrisoned and the villagers that do not fit into the TC go down, he's going to move on to the back of Hera's base. To be honest though, there's so much more damage still left to do over here. Especially with all the lumber camps, the lumberjacks, sorry, and lumberjails over here available. For Lear to pick, right? And the castle's coming up! And that's going to be a get out of my game castle, targeting both these TCs. From a single point. Yeah, and Hera's now in a world of pain. He's been able to stabilize one more time. He's gonna try to delay the castle, potentially deny it. We'll see if he can do it. We'll see some monks coming in from Leary as well. And Hera's got his own monks over here. Once again, light cavalry will take the monks down, even Aztec ones. And the castle comes up. It did come up at a cost, but it does come up. And I think it was only a few villages going down, right? So Hera recognizes the situation, and he knows that he's been fighting. He's been swimming against the current for the last 10 minutes or so. Goes on to call the GG over here on Leary. Leary's going to put himself that much closer to taking the series over here. Still needs to take 2 games back to back. He'll be the one to choose the map for game number 6, I believe. But right now it's going to be 3-2 in favor of Hera. If this were a best of 5, Hera would have won in game number 4. Let's take a look at the achievements. We'll see for military then, a better KD for Leary. Surpassing 3-2, while for the economy, we have a stronger economy for Leary as well. Getting about 5,000 extra resources. For society, we have a higher villager max count that is significantly higher for Leary as well. And he was the one to take the fewest losses as well. About 17 villagers went down throughout the game for Leary. Meanwhile, taking a look at Hera's villager max count, total villagers produced, and current villagers at the end of the game, it's quite clear he was the one taking the worst engagements, right? 48 villages have gone down throughout the game for Hera. So well done. Leary takes the game. It's a little bit closer to take in the series. We'll see what we get for game number 6. Welcome everyone to game number 6 in the series. Hera, playing towards the northwest in the blue colors, gonna have Mayans to work with. We'll begin with 1 extra villager at the expense of 50 food at the beginning of the game. We're gonna have also for Mayans 15% longer lasting resources in addition to 10, 20, 30% cheaper archer units in the feudal, castle, and Imperial Ages. For the team bonus, finally, Mayans will have cheaper walls. That's good. While Lyri, on the other hand, playing with the Portuguese, will get instead 20% gold discount on units. It's going to affect military units for the most part, unless you're going for trade cards, which won't be the case over here. It's going to have with the Portuguese access to Feitoria in the Imperial Age. It's going to get 25% wood income from berries, in addition to 30% faster research and upgrades for the team bonus. That's going to summarize both these civilizations for the most part. I like your stream. I feel you always have the passion. Thank you. How they like this, very much appreciated, and I do try to bring it. I do try to bring my A game every time, no matter the viewership, no matter the event, no matter the circumstance. Sometimes it's difficult, but we do what we can. Sometimes it's difficult because either of something distracted me on the background. Sometimes I do have to take care of stuff behind the scenes, right? Or because of just not being a native English speaker, so getting ideas across can be a little bit more involved of a process for me compared to a native English speaker, but hopefully I'm managing so far. It's going to continue getting better throughout the year for sure. I can guarantee that much. So anyway, let's begin analyzing the map, starting up in the north with Hera. We'll see for the bull player that he's got the main goal on the back. He's got the secondary goal on the right-hand side, very far away from the TC, and the other secondary goal is going to be on the left-hand side. Interestingly enough, this one on the right, which is on the slope of the hill, is going to be as far away as this neutral goal, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's a little bit closer. Maybe it's a little bit closer, but it's still not particularly accessible, right? It's not going to be straightforward for him to go and collect from it. He does have the main stone on the right-hand side, and the secondary stone is going to be towards the north of his TC. And if we take a look at the potential for walls, something like this would probably be the easiest way for him to wall himself, and he would be able to secure the goal and the stone. Not so much a wood line, though, and that can be problematic. Checking the map generation for Lyri, on the other hand, we're going to see that the red player, he's got the main goal on the left-hand side, so not ideal, kind of exposed. Secondary goal on the left-hand side, very exposed, far away from the TC. And the other secondary goal on the right-hand side, very exposed as well, and not ideal either. Meanwhile, for stone, we have the main stone towards the south, secondary stone on the right-hand side. And I guess it's probably going to be a little bit easier for Lyri to secure some of the extra resource over here if he goes for something. Like, it's going to be kind of tricky, though, because it's easier in the sense that if he goes for the walls, connecting the dots like this, should be able to secure a good chunk of the wool line, the gold, and the stone, right? But it's going to be very pricey to go for the walls like this, plus the berries, of course. And instead, I wouldn't be surprised if we were to see the red player go for something like this instead. Maybe like so. Ah, boy, it's gonna be rough for Lyri. I think in the end, it's probably going to end up going for local walls around individual resources as opposed to a wall that's going to protect his entire base at once. Anyway. DLH is gonna be here a little bit earlier for Hera. We'll get ahead by one villager, of course, to be expected. And Village is here, yes. Archer range is coming out for Hera. Not to expect anything else from the Mayans and Leary. It's going for the archer range now. The Portuguese, they can go for scouts if they want to. But it's quite clear they're going to be a play for archers. It's got one gold mine already. And yeah, they can also play for archers, of course they are. And check this out, by the way. Wow, that was really well played from Leary. He body blocked the eagle with a sheep. How good was that? Let me actually go back and take a look at that once again. Check this out. We have the scout skirmish over here and the sheep. The sheep is going to body block the eagle scout. In the end, Leary will end up getting away with this. Well done. What a nasty play over here from Leary. A little bit of a fantasy play over there. Can't run away with the sheep in front of you, man. Probably would have been even worse for Hera to try and take the sheep down with a eagle, right? Yeah, but check this out. I think he might not have realized about the wool line over here. He knows about the wool line. He decides instead to go for the walls from the edge of the map. Around the right-hand side. Okay. It's gonna take a while for Hera to get the walls up, but at the very least is gonna have a discount on those. Otherwise it'll be pretty pricey. Meanwhile, Leary is roaming around with the archers on the left-hand side. Is he going to get here in time? It's unlikely. If Hera gets vision of these archers, he could probably just rush the palisades, right? Let's take a look. He's going to find out about this as the archers are coming in. Hera does not realize the bot on time, so the archers are coming up already. Straight into the base of Hera, keeping this open on the left-hand side. Probably won't make too much of a difference, although we do see a village going down. It won't make too much of a difference in the sense that getting access to Hera's base from the left-hand side doesn't really matter too much because Hera was still very much open. But that was a nice knife though. In any case, one village going down is good. And that will allow Leary to catch up in working count over here. That's going to offset for the extra villagers the Mayans begin with. In the end, Hera will finish building the walls up over here. And Leary on the other hand. Not too sure about this.
Shot it. Ashike. Shot it.
He'll advantage over here for Leary though. Should allow him to get a better trade. He's not realizing about this on time.
Shot it.
So we have more archers for Leary still, but yeah, you know, if Hera had gotten the first hit over here against Leary, maybe he would have been able to commit to the engagement, but in the end, Leary does end up pushing Hera away. Yeah, and both players are just going to play for the castle age from this point onwards. Second archer range is on the way for Leary. And I like to see the walls that he's going for right now, because it's what I would have liked to see from Leary in the first place, right? So the walls kind of from the front of the wool line over here so that he can secure this area at the very least, as opposed to going for something like this. So it's good. It's good. He doesn't secure a full wool line, but a good chunk of this one. And, you know, you can say that these are actually two wool lines kind of merged together. So I would say that he does have more than one woodline worth of safe wood in any case, even if technically the woodline is not completely secure, right? So it's not bad. It's not bad whatsoever. And Hera's going out to the castle age. He's already gotten the walls up himself, and he's going to be in a much more precarious position. If Leary is able to get better traits against Hera's archers, and he's going to try right now. It's got a heal advantage once again still. Larger amount of archers right now to work with compared to Hera. But yeah, Leary is to come out on top, and he's going to the castle age much faster as well. Then Hera's going to be in a world of pain. There's only one wood line. The wood player is collecting resources from over here, and it could very well end up getting denied by Leary going for crossman, blocking arrow. Of course. Castle H is here for Leary. Yes, sir. Does Leary know? He should. He's got pretty good scouting information. Yes. He knows there's only one wood line over there for Mr. Hera. So right now, I was going to try and push him away from gold. Ideally, he would want to send some crossbows over to the left-hand side still. Well, if he does break through, he will be able to deny that anyway, right? Yeah, good unit control from Leary. University's coming up. Hera needs it for ballistics. He knows he's up against Leary, right? So he's gotta go for ballistics to fight with archers. And Leary, on the other hand, well, he has the university already up. He's gonna go for ballistics so soon as he gets the resources. Meanwhile, Hera wasn't able to get the university up yet. Looking a little bit better for Hera. Leary going to run away. Well, not quite actually. He's turned around. This is not the best position for Leary whatsoever in Hera. Remember that he gets 20% cheaper archers already in the castle age. Ballistics is not coming up for Leary. It's taking forever to get it. And Hera already has it on the way. So Leary's gameplay over here allowed him to get some good momentum and to get the push going right early in the castle age, but ultimately Hera will be able to capitalize on his civilization bonuses to get the better end of the deal. He's been able to get, up until this point, it was a pretty good KD. Now it's not going to look quite as good, but yeah, between that and the cheaper archers, Hera's in a fantastic spot. Remember that Leary, he gets a 20% gold discount on units. Hera gets a 20% discount on archers specifically, so he's paying less resources per archer compared to Leary, who is going to pay instead just less gold, right? So it's going to be the same gold cost for both players, but Hera's going to have a wood discount in addition to that. Here comes Leary, finally. Push Hera away from the only wood line he's got access to for the time being. Still does not have ballistics, so he cannot really do too much with these crossbows. And Hera's going for a second TC, so it's not going to be the case for very long, that Hera's got access to the wood from a single wood line over here. Very soon it's going to get a second one. And it kind of feels like Leary wasted an opportunity over there. He could have gotten away with damage probably earlier in the game if he had tried to target the wood line as opposed to the gold. There we go. Leary's coming out on top over here with the trades, even if he does not have ballistics still. He's had the university for a while, and I guess he's just going to bank on his excellent unit control so that he does not need to go for ballistics. And Hera's going for the 30C, guys. He's able to keep production of archers going at the same time as he's got double TC villager production as well. But Leary's getting a very nice trade over here. It's not even close. And Hera will get cleaned up. He will get pushed away from the wood line. But once again, he does have another one that he's securing by the second TC over here. He's got a Siege Workshop coming up, a defensive one. He'll use to go for defensive mangonels on Leary. Leary's got a nice military count. He's gonna try and breach through over here. Come straight from behind. And maybe push the villagers away from gold. We'll see. Well, Hera's been going for a bunch of crossbows himself still. He's got 8 left over here. He's got ballistics. Leary does not. Leary does have a mangonel. Hera does not. Ballistics. It wrinkles my clothes. Oh. Nice shot. Good reaction from Hera though. And here comes the, and this is what I was talking about. It's not so much about cleaning up the units from Hera as it's about zoning the units out so that Hera won't be able to defend himself and Leary will be able to end up denying the resource, right? So now Hera's got to go for the gold elsewhere and he's been going for the gold on the right hand side. It's good. And just as we saw with the wood line over here, Leary's going to strike. By the time Hera has already been able to secure some extra resources elsewhere. Yeah. Extra wood line up in the north as well from Hera. Nice mango shot. Hera cleans Leary up. Leary's mango up. There we go. Good unit control from Leary. This is what I'm talking about. Who needs ballistics when his unit control is this freaking good? He'll not cleaning out the crosses over there. He's gonna have some left himself. The man is on the way for Hera, but this Siege Workshop is most likely not going down very soon. And let's take a look to see if Leary's going to realize about this. He is paying attention to everyone at once, so he will bail from here in the end. Hera is going to take the mangonel down. Good job. But it's not the end of it, right, with these crossbows? Let's take a look at Leary's point of view. He doesn't realize about the wool line up in the north. He probably end up getting cleaned up over here. He's got the hill advantage, but the TC's over there, so he gets cleaned up. However, here comes the mangonel from Hera. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. And the mangonel is coming out from the blue player, the one that he had sent over to take Leary's back mangonel. Still looking very good for the red player over here. This pressure is absolutely fantastic. Notice he was able to go for the extra TCs himself as well. Yeah. So work count is very even right now, neck and neck. Siege Workshop survived a lot longer than I was anticipating it to, rather. And I believe Leary was hoping. There we are. Nice mango shot. Beautiful. He has been able to defend himself so far. He's got a 4 TC up in the north as well, next to the wool line too. And Leary's probably been taking a few too many losses, yes. He's still the one with the better KD. He's gotten 12 villages from Hera down so far. And despite being 1 TC behind compared to Hera, he's been able to hold on to a villager lead over here. Here we are. The TC is going down very soon. Here, we'll still have 3 TCs left. Going for a castle on top of the hill as well, which is good. Yeah, but the momentum from Leary over here is fantastic. You know, I wasn't really sure about Portuguese versus Mayans, but once again, right? The civilization is only going to get you that much. From that point onwards, it's going to be all about the players, and Leary has played an incredible game so far. Scout for these manuals still up, so you can go after the TC. They will be dealing 35% less damage when fighting uphill, but with 4 manuals, that should be as much damage as 3 manuals, if I'm mistaken. So yeah, that TC should still go down pretty quickly. Still no ballistics for Leary, no. Oh, how did that not connect? It really seemed as if the manual had just taken a full-on shot over there, but still, it's going to be 1-for-1. Leary is on 3 manuals over here. Not quite as much damage anymore against the TC compared to 4, but it's not going to be too bad. Here we are. This is taking a lot of heat. And the mountain is going down to the crossbows. Oh, but it's going to take the mountain down first. The pull archers will contribute to the mangonel. Leary going down, and now the blue player is going to catch up to the red player in mangonel count. It's going to be 1-for-1 trade over here, and 1 mana left for each of these guys. The pressure from Leary has certainly subdued quite a lot, but he has managed to scrap enough resources behind the scenes to go up to the Imperial Age. Hera does not have anywhere near enough resources to go out to the Imperial Age himself, and Leary, well, with the Portuguese, is going to have fantastic gunpowder. He could potentially try and go for a siege workshop forward, try to get chemistry right once he gets to the Imperial Age, so that he can go for bombard cannons, and then resume pushing over here against the DC, against the castle. Continue control for Hera. Now let's go and stay up, and we see a castle coming out for Leary. Yeah, that's even better, right? If he gets the castle up, then that already allows him to go for Cherisha as soon as he gets to the Imperial Age, as opposed to having to wait for chemistry and having to wait for the bombard cannons to even become available, right? So the castle is a fantastic choice over here for the red player. He's got into a scary amount of crossbows, and Hera's still very much in the castle age. Probably expects Leary to be going out to the Imperial Age by seeing the castle coming up, right? He doesn't see the castle! He does not see the castle! So he'll be oblivious to the possibility of trebuchets over here, so long as he's not aware of the castle coming up. So there we go. The castle comes out from Leary. He gets to the Imperial Age, and we're gonna see the trebuchet come up right away for the red player. He's got the resources for it, yes sir. Oh, but Hera is going to call the GG before Leary gets the chance to do so. The push was super strong from the red player, and he was going to get much stronger by the minute, of course, as Leary was going for Bracer. It was going to be a matter of time until he went for chemistry, and finally Leary had gone for ballistics, by the way. So if this was strong from Leary, it was going to get much stronger from this point onwards. So Hera recognizes there is no way back for him in this position, and Leary gets away with the Portuguese against Mayans on Arabia. Portuguese against Mayans, and Leary comes out on top. Once again, goes to show civilizations are going to get you only that far, right? And then From that point onwards, it's going to be the players making good use of the civilization bonuses, the units, the unit control, right? Micro. Everything is going to come at play, and Leary was just able to get a much better game over here compared to Hera. So now we know what the last map is going to be for the series. For game number 7, we're going to have Arena, and it's going to be Bohemians versus Turks, most likely, but let's go through the achievements first. We'll see that Leary gets a close to 5 to 4 kid ratio, not quite as high, but he does get a much stronger economy, though. Very close to 4,000 extra resources. Society reveals a higher villager max count for Leary as well. He produced as many villagers as Hera produced throughout the game, but he lost a single one compared to Hera, who ended up losing about 18 workers. So well done. Let's go back once again and cross the sieves and the map one final time for the series. Welcome everyone to game number 7. As Leary has tied the series up in the previous one, we're gonna have Arena for the last one, and Leary's playing with Bohemians, alright, but Hera's playing with Burgundians. I don't know about this. Alright, let's take a look at the civilization. Starting with Hera, this civilization is going to give him access to eco upgrades 1 inch earlier for a 40% food discount. Button, yes, we're going to have that available for the Burgundians as well. They have, for the Imperial Age, unique technology from the castle. Flemish Revolution, which turns all your villagers into Flemish militia. Effectively known by the community as the button or the switch. It can certainly be game-changing. And while I am liking in the matchup over here Bohemians better, you know what, after what we saw in game number 6, I think it would probably be naive for us to just assume the game's over just because of a matchup. So, we were talking about the Burgundians, right? We talked about the eco bonuses. They will also have a 50% discount on stable upgrades, in addition to access to the Cavalier upgrade in the Castle Age. He will also get 25% higher attack on gunpowder units, and for the team bonus, Burgundians get relics that produce not only gold but also food, so they are going to get food income from relics for the team bonus. Taking a look at the civilization from the red player up in the north, Leary playing with Bohemians will get free mining camp upgrades, in addition to 25% higher bonus damage from spearline units. He's gonna get access to chemistry and hand cannoneer in the Castle Age, as well as a 100 wood discount on blacksmiths and universities. And then finally, fervor and sanctity will affect villagers in addition to monks. All for the team bonus, they will have markets that work 80% faster. Map generation comes up next, and Hera will have the main goal on the back. He's got the secondary gold in front of his DC. It's going to be behind the walls still, of course. Yeah, the secondary goal is going to be outside the walls, but however, this gold over here is going to be close enough, and we have talked about it several times. It's going to be close enough to the walls that the red player could easily scout it, right? If you were to scout alongside the walls like this, he could get vision of this. And because we have both these goals on the right hand side, if the red player were to go for a forward castle at some point in time, he could go for the castle over here by getting vision of this gold, knowing that he will be able to deny both these golds. Now, alternatively, he could potentially go for the castle somewhere else, probably like right in front of the gate over here. So it would be pretty difficult for Leary to get, for Hera to get access to this gold. He would still end up denying this one, right, which is important, and the castle over here would make it very difficult for Hera to get access to this stone as well. Well, if we take a look at the map generation for the red player, he's got the main goal on the left-hand side. Secondary goal is going to be on the right-hand side. Main stone is on the back. Secondary stone is going to be outside the walls, and the secondary goal is going to be outside the walls. But yeah, unlike the map generation from Hera, this from Leary is looking much better, right? Because he does have the golds inside the walls, very far away from the walls themselves. And even the resources that are outside the walls are going to be so far apart that Hera wouldn't really have the ability to deny both these resources with a single castle. Like if we take a look at this, right? One castle over here would probably Like, he would have to deny one of either, right? Wouldn't be able to deny both at the same time, I think, with a single castle. This is probably a little bit too large of a sprite. Yeah, it's probably more like 5 tiles. So it seems as if it would have range, but it probably wouldn't. And yeah, he wouldn't be able to deny anything inside, so I'm liking Leary's map generation over here a lot better. Now, the last thing to take a look at is probably just going to be relic distribution, right? And would you have one relic favoring Hera? Would you have one relic favoring Leary? These two will be neutral for the most part, even if this one is technically closer to the red player and this one is technically closer to the blue player. I think they are going to be far away enough from both these players' gates that it's just going to be considered neutral. This, however, is very much favoring Leary, so it seems like he's gotten the better arena generation inside the walls. He's gotten the better arena generation outside the walls because of the distribution of these resources. And he's even being favored by 2 relics, pretty much guaranteed. VLH is coming up. Yes. Both these guys. Not really sure what Hera's gonna have in mind to stop a Halberdier, Hand Cannoneer potentially, and Bombard Cannon, Hunita rather. Play for the Bohemians, right? Hand Cannoneer, Halberdier, Hunita from Leary. What is Hera going to do against that? You know, the problem with the button is that if you are, you know, as much as anticipating it at all, in any degree, it's usually not that difficult to react to that. And because both these civilizations are going to have a bonus affecting Hand Cannoneer, yeah, Flemish Revolution might actually not be quite as useful over here. Leary gets a good amount of HC out. Should be able to hold on. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Village is here for Leary, yes. Yeah, it's going in favor of Leary, I think. He's got to commit to this. He's taking it, yes. And Hera's gonna be left blindfolded now on his way to the Castle Age. At the very least, he had already got enough vision over here to know where most of the relics are. He's missing one. This one. No, where is it? The one on the right-hand side, right? Yeah, he's missing this one. But then for everything else, he already got vision of it. He's got extra scouts coming out. Actually, he went for the stable and the blacksmith to go out to the Castle Age, and Leary on the other hand, he's got the stable and the blacksmith as well, so both these guys will be going for scouts. Yeah, and Hera's going to realize where the missing relic is. In any case, I don't think it matters that he gets vision of it right away or a little bit later. It's gonna be fine. So just here for Hera. First, he's got enough resource to go for the second TC. He goes for the monastery first. And the second TC is probably going to be on the way now, yes. You know, Leary is still about 25 seconds away from the Castle Age himself. He's got enough resources to go for the monastery or a second TC, not both. Here we are. Second monastery on the way for Leary. Oh boy! Oh boy! Is this going to be a full monk push? I'd be down to that, but is that the right call for Leary? Well, he's gotta make a choice, right? He's gotta pick a strat over here. Interestingly enough, this is not what I would expect to see from him, given the fact that he's got, well, technically the better civilization, right? He's been playing really well in games 5 and 6. He's got now the better civilization. He decides to go for a high risk, high reward kind of strat over here, as opposed to just going for the safer full economy play instead. Well, he's gonna be getting the first relic in. And here I already got one. I think. Nope, he didn't. He didn't. The only relics that we have very close to anyone's bases will be Leary's, right? So he's got this one, and he's going for this relic, perhaps? What kind of vision does he have? Does he know about this one? He doesn't know about this one either. Nobody knows about that one. Let me take a look at Hera's point of view. Yeah, Hera still does not know about the last relic. Notice, Hera was fishing for the monk, and he's going to spot it, so the monk's going down right away, and doink! He's taken down right away. There we go. Leary's getting for the most part map control. Here was able to collect one of the relics, the one that was closer to his base, and then the rest should favor Leary, right? University on the way for him. He's gonna try and make a play for the Imperial Age. Interesting. Leary's going for a 1TC fast imp hand cannoneer, who needs to play, which we have seen in the past. Yes. See, the conversions are coming up. Can he get away with it though? And he's not going to get a single conversion. The monk's going down. Oh, he got the conversion over there, but the monk's going to go down anyway. Yes, doink. Once again, no sanctity over here for Leary. Does end up losing a bunch of monks over there. Probably wouldn't have needed to. But he is collecting the second relic. He's gonna have one monk left. Notice he's on the TC as well. It's just going to be a full hand cannoneer, and who needs a push over here for Leary. Unbelievable. He's playing Bohemians as if it was Turks. And Hera, if he plays just defensive over here and is able to hold on against the pressure from Leary, should be in a pretty good spot himself. He's already managed to get a 13 worker lead. He's going to keep on going much higher than that, of course, in the next few moments. And that's one more monk going down for Leary. And yeah, you know, he'll be tempted to delete that wall over here, get the relic in, and then wall up once again. But he's not bringing a villager over, so he's probably just going to try and collect it. Wow, what kind of sorcery is this? I didn't know the monks were involved in black magic. He just tracked to beam that relic inside the walls. Damn. Okay. I mean, sure. Just dematerialize the relic. Materialize it back again. Like it was nothing. You can make Anja's chain religion. Yeah, and trebuchets and houses. Well, I guess houses are going to be a little bit more realistic, right? Anyway, maybe he's coming forward. It's gonna go for a castle. I would be expecting him to go for chemistry as well before getting to the Imperial, so he can go for the hand cannoneer, but he's not going for archer ranges. He's going for a third monastery. So it's not going to be hand cannoneer for him, no. He's It's going to be a full smash, right? Purpose here. Let's get block printing coming out right away. This castle will allow him to take the gate down. Once again, if we take a look at the scouting information, he knows about the goal, right? Probably would have been better for him to go for the castle a little bit further forward, so he would have been able to push Hera away from here, as we were talking about earlier in the game. But he decides to go for a little bit of a safer castle over here, and the Cherish is on the way, so it's going to be full monks traps for him. No hand cannoneer, no bombard cannons, too pricey. He's going for the units he was already going for in the castle age, the monks. Yeah. I think he found the final relic, right? Where is it? Oh, it's here. I see it now. In Hera's base. True. Thank you. I think Hera... Didn't he go for Atonement? Already? I think he did. He could probably have tried to convert the monk over there and could have gotten the relic. Well, anyway. It's first to see going down for Hera. TC crumbles for the blue player. Very soon. Right now, 83 workers for Hera. Definitely it's not a position where he'll be able to go for Flemish Evolution, I'll tell you that much. Notice how Leary's gonna try and trap Hera. This is probably going to be seen a little bit as a meme play from Leary, but this is actually very smart. Because he can only push from one side at a time, and he will only be able to focus the push on a small area. Getting the walls up over here actually prevents Hera from sneaking villagers outside into the open and expanding his economy elsewhere. So this is really good. And check this out. Here comes Leary. He's got the monks. And Hera's going to the Imperial. He's got elite skirmishers coming out. He's got Bracer on the way. And Leary is not going for villagers at all. He's got 41 villagers and he stops production. He does not have enough food for it right now. Just going for the monks. Triple monk play. And this is not a high risk, high reward strat from Leary. This is not an all-in play from Leary. I don't know what is. So let's see if it's going to work out. He's got Sanity right now. He's got a bunch of monks over here, but 2 are going to go down. And in the end, the light cover to get deleted. But 2 monks got taken down over there, and the conversions did not connect. So far, Leary's not really been able to make it work too much. But it's probably not going to be the case forever, right? He's got extra monks coming over. And this is not good, though! Leary cannot afford to take these losses! With such a small economy, every monk that he loses is going to be such a tragedy. It's going to be so hard to replenish for him as well. DC does go down in the end from Hera over here. The majority of the light cavalry end up getting converted. All the light cavalry end up getting converted. Only 1 Trebuchet is going to be left over here for Leary. But Hera, I think, is kind of played himself over here. Being kind of stubborn and trying to get the Trebuchet down. He was able to, but now light cavalry are actually countering his skirmishers. Are there any other series after this one for today? Yes! We have the second semifinal taking place after this one. That one is going to be between 2 GL players. It's going to be a good one, so we'll see. And yeah, I think if Hera hadn't kind of committed to taking the Trebuchet down with the light cavalry, he probably would have been in a better position because he would still have a good chunk of light cavalry to go forward and get the monks with. But right now, he doesn't really have anywhere near as much anymore. He's gonna try to continue massing them though. And he's trying to take the monks down. Ball to the head. And here comes the engagement. We see the conversions coming up, and that's gonna be a bunch of these monks going down still, though a lot of the conversions do end up connecting. The light cavalry turn sides. Now Leary's got a little bit of a stronger meat shield because of it. However, we still have a lot of light coverage left over here, and this might be the very last play of the game. If Leary ends up losing all the monks over here, and that's gonna be a graveyard. Inside Hera's base, Leary's getting completely clogged up over here. That's going to be, I think, should be very much the end of Leary's push, and in my opinion, the end of the game over here. And Leary's going to agree. Leary's going to agree. He says, take it home. GG, well played. Hera gets the final game. And after a lot of suspense in games 5 and 6, Hera is finally able to seal the deal with a final score of 4-3. It's going to be the Canadian moving on to the grand finals, where he's going to be facing the winner of the next semifinal. Coming your way in the next, hopefully, 15 minutes or so. So what do we get? For military, we have a better KD for Hera. For economy, we have a stronger economy for Hera as well by a lot, about 50% stronger, more so than that, as a matter of fact. And we didn't really take a look at the conversion desertion rate over here. That was very good for Leary, 19 conversions. And still, it was insufficient. Yeah. Very interesting strat over here from Leary. Once again, not something that I was expecting to see from the Bohemians. I thought they were the better civilization to just play standard for economy and then towards Halberdier, Hand Cannoneer, Hubnitsa. In the end, the all-aim push over here did not work out. The high risk, high reward was all risk, no reward for the Austrian player. Yeah, and that's going to be the end of the series. So let's go back.